I have got a really special video for you guys, and I feel like this video is going to be incredibly valuable for anyone that wants to start a business. This is not just for people that want to start clothing brands. This is for people that want to start a business. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Taddy G, and on this channel I like to share my journey into growing my clothing brand, as well as dropping tips, tricks, gems and all of that good stuff. And in today's video we are going to write a business plan together. Writing a business plan is really important because it allows you to research things that you might not have otherwise researched when starting your business. It really allows you to expand your mind and also think about things that you might not have otherwise thought about. This video is going to be split into two parts because I feel like having it all in one video might be a little bit too long and overwhelming. Definitely grab a pen or pencil and a paper so that you can jot down some notes as I go through this. So in this part we are going to cover the executive summary, owner background, products and services, the market and market research. Then in part 2 we will cover marketing strategy, competitor analysis, operations and logistics, cost and pricing, and then finally financial forecast. Apologies for the long intro, let's dive straight in. So firstly, the executive summary. It's really interesting that this goes first in your business plan, despite the fact that this is probably going to be the last thing you write. The aim of this chapter is to summarize the key points throughout your business plan. You can almost think of it as like a blurb, so like the thing that you find on the back of a novel, because it just basically summarizes everything that's going to be in that book, everything that's going to be in that business plan. It can be split into the following sections. So your business summary, in your business summary you want to cover things like what your business is, what you sell, where you sell it, who you sell it to. Just summarize those points. You don't want it to be too long. Like a nice chunky paragraph should suffice for your business summary. Next, you want to cover your business aims. So this can be your short-term aims, your mid-term aims and your long-term aims. So when I talk about short-term, I'm talking about, you know, in your first year. Mid-term, I'm talking about possibly like 3 years, and then long-term we are talking about, you know, 10 years plus. So in your business aims you could talk about, you know, maybe you want to launch 5 collections in the next year or in the next 3 years, or you can say I want to host a pop-up shop or a couple of pop-up shops. These are the sorts of things that I would highlight in my business aims. So the next part would be your financial summary. In your financial summary you want to highlight how much you intend to make, what your turnover is going to be, what your profits are going to be, how much you're looking to invest in your business initially, and where this investment is going to come from. A lot of answers in your financial summary are going to come from your financial forecast, which is the last thing that we're going to cover in our business plan. Next, you're going to want to talk about your business name. So you can speak on why you chose it. Well, first of all, what it is and why you chose it. Perhaps it's got meaning to you. For my clothing brand business name, it's my dad's middle name. So in this section, I'm going to write something along the lines of, I chose the name Shopify because it has a special place in my heart. It's my father's name. It means XYZ, that sort of thing. The final section in your executive summary is your elevator pitch. Now I actually feel like an elevator pitch is really important because you're going to be in loads of situations where people are going to ask you what you do for a living or what your business is, and having your elevator pitch on deck, like ready to go, will make answering that question easier. So an elevator pitch is a 30 to 40 second like sort of speech that explains your business in a clear and concise way. So when you're writing it, highlight things like what you do, what your unique selling point is, and why you think your brand is great. So that is our executive summary. Those are the sorts of things that you're gonna want to include in this executive summary. So next is owner background. Now I like to think of this section as sort of like your CV, and in all honesty you might think that this section is a little bit pointless, a little bit of a waste of time, like why am I even including this? But it's key if you're gonna want to send your your business plan to potential investors, because yeah, investors are going to look at your business and want to see whether it makes money, but really and truly, people buy from people, people invest in people. So you're going to want to highlight why you have started this business, who you are, the skills that you have, transferable experience, education, training. This is almost like you pitching yourself to this invisible investor that you may find down the line. So definitely include this section in your business plan, because you never know when you might need it, when you might think, okay, I want to actually look into getting investment for my business. So next up is product and services. This is where we're actually going to start talking about what your business is actually selling, what service your business is actually providing. So I'm going to relate this to a clothing brand, because obviously that's the kind of brand I run and that's the kind of business plan I wrote. So I'm going to be talking about what kind of clothing I'm selling, where in the market I want to sit. Is it going to be a luxury brand? Is it going to be a premium brand? Is it going to be a fast fashion brand? I'm talking about, am I going to be bridal wear? Am I going to be streetwear? Am I going to be formal wear? What's my size range? What are the basic products I'm going to sell? If I've got pictures, so maybe you might be at the stage where you've already got designs or you've already got samples. You can even include pictures of your product in this section. Here the idea is to highlight what your product is, show why it's so great, what your service is or what services you're going to provide, and you can also touch on why they are so great, why they're so good. Now the next section in your business plan is the market. This section is really important because this is where you will begin to shape your business. You'll begin to really start thinking about different aspects of your business. In this section, we're going to be talking about your target customer and focusing mainly on them, because at the end of the day, it's those customers that are going to purchase from your business. So in this section, you're going to want to write about who your customers are. Is this business direct to consumer or is it a business to business business? So when I say direct to consumer, that means you are selling directly to a customer, so an everyday person like me and you. So related that to clothing, you're selling to somebody that's potentially going to wear that clothing, right? If it's business to business, again relating it to clothing, you might be selling that product to a buyer or to a store. So it's business to business, if that makes sense. What gender is your customer? What gender do they identify as? What is their age range? You know, are you targeting people that are between 18 and 25? Is it a children's wear brand? Writing about a children's wear brand is a little bit like different, because granted it's for, you know, a 2-year-old, but the 2-year-old's not going to walk into the shop and purchase it. So really your target customer is parents or the guardian of that 2-year-old, but you kind of need to almost appeal to both groups. So I think children's wear is really, really interesting in terms of writing about your target customer. So just a little bit of food for thought if you're trying to appeal to a child, if you're creating a child's product. Is your customer somebody that's on social media? Do they shop online or do they prefer to go in stores? So say you've got a brand that you're trying to appeal to the older generation, it's more likely that they are the sorts of people that actually want to go into the shop and purchase their garment that way. So these are the sorts of things that you need to think about when writing about your target customer. So next, following on from that, we are going to start building and creating our customer avatar. Here you are going to build your ideal customer. So it's almost like a fictional character. You're going to give them a name, you're going to give them an age, an occupation, a salary, all of that sort of thing, to really build this customer and know exactly who they are, so that later on you know exactly how to target them in terms of your marketing strategy. Other things you could touch on are their mission, their values, their pain points. When we talk about pain points, say if you're starting a gym wear brand, your target customer might be mums that have just had a baby, they've gone through their postpartum recovery, and now they are thinking of hopping back into the gym and trying to get their body back, but they are still feeling quite insecure about the new body that they're in. Those are some of the pain points that you could highlight for that sort of customer if you were building that sort of customer avatar, if that makes sense. And when you do build this customer avatar, always make sure you are relating it back to your business. The next point is, where are your customers? Where exactly are you going to find them? Are they based locally? Maybe you're a grocer and you're selling fruit and veg, so it's highly likely that you're going to be targeting targeting local customers, or maybe you are targeting people in the city. This could probably be like your coffee shops, people that are on their way to work, or you're targeting people that are online shoppers. So this will be perfect for somebody that wants to start a clothing brand, because I always suggest that you launch your clothing brand online and then have pop-up shops as your sort of offline marketing. So where exactly are your customers? Now, the final point in the market section is what prompts your customer to buy? What prompts your customer to make a purchase? What prompts your customer to use this service? Are they influenced by social media? Maybe some influencers, maybe they only purchase makeup if an influencer has used it. Are they into exclusivity? So maybe they only like to shop brands that not many other people wear. So maybe your marketing strategy is going to be like limited drops, or you can only shop it at a pop-up, that sort of vibe that will feed into people that want to be like exclusive, because you do get those sorts of customers out there. Are they somebody that shops for convenience? I know that I'm a convenience shopper all the time, because I leave things till last minute. It is the 21st of December, Christmas is in 4 days, and I haven't actually bought any Christmas presents or anything like that. So when I do go to do my shopping online, for example, I am going to be looking for that next day delivery. I like to shop last minute and conveniently. Or perhaps they do their shopping when they have a holiday coming up or a event coming up. So maybe your brand is swimwear, or maybe your brand is party dresses, for example. What prompts your customer to buy are going to be those events or those holidays that pop up in their life. What is it that your business offers that makes it difficult for that customer to say no, essentially? Now, the next chapter and the final chapter that I'm going to talk about in this video is your market research. Now, this is a very important section, and honestly guys, I urge you to really work on this section. You need to research thoroughly the market that your business is in, the market that you want to enter. It can be split into your primary research and your secondary research. So secondary research is probably like the easier type of research to do, and this is the type of research that you're gonna find on the internet, you're gonna find in books. It's sources that are already out there in the world. And your primary research are findings that you collect yourself. So maybe from doing like surveys, asking people, going out there into the field and collecting this kind of research. So in terms of your secondary research, you need to thoroughly research the space, the industry that you want to go in. I'll give you an example. Say you want to start up a massage shop. The kind of research that I would start doing is, how many massage parlors do I have in the area that I want to start up this massage shop in? How much are those different massage places charging? What sorts of services are they offering? Relating it to clothing, I'm going to be researching some of the notable brands that are in the space that I am trying to jump in. What sorts of products are they selling? How much are they charging for those products? How did they even start their brand? So in terms of primary research, the sorts of things that you can do is actually go out there into the field and carry out questionnaires, surveys. If you have the facilities to do so, you can even have like your first little pop-up shop, maybe like a sample sale. So say if you're like a clothing brand, and actually speak to people, speak to customers and get feedback from them. Like you can even ask them, okay, do you like the name of my business? And do you like the garments? Do you like the texture? Do you like the way my branding is? Getting that sort of feedback is really key when it comes to carrying out this market research for your business. Test trading is definitely a major key. I done it for my clothing brand, so I actually participated in a pop-up. My products were like barely there, but it gave me the opportunity to start to get a little bit of feedback from potential customers. So I got to ask them whether they like the name. We played around with like how they felt like the name is pronounced. They got to see some of my designs, and I collected good findings from that and actually implemented it into my business moving forward. So that concludes part 1 of writing a business plan for your small business. In part Part 2, we're going to cover marketing strategy, competitor analysis, operations and logistics, custom pricing, and then your financial forecast. So please definitely be sure to watch out for that video so that you can have a complete business plan for your business moving forward. A cliche saying that they like to say is fail to plan, plan to fail. Writing a business plan is definitely a major key. So I really hope that this video has been helpful in providing you with information as to how to write a business plan for your business. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you know when I release the part 2 of this video, and please be sure to like it and share this video on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.